Goku ripped Frieza apart and completely obliterated him from existence. This was it. This was the birth of the legendary Super Saiyan. A year later, King Cold arrived on Earth with his forces to avenge his son's death, but Vegeta goes Super Saiyan as well and eliminates him in a single move. Goku grins as Vegeta proceeds to annihilate the rest of their troops as well. Wow, nice job, Vegeta. I didn't even have to lift a single finger, Goku comments on Vegeta's Super Saiyan transformation. Oh, please, spare me the modesty. But just you wait, Kakarot. I'll definitely surpass you one day, Vegeta declares. He may have completely taken out the Frieza family empire today, but the fact that he's still not the strongest Saiyan leaves a bad taste in Vegeta's mouth. Goku laughs and wishes Vegeta good luck. I'll be waiting for you to catch up, Vegeta, he says, but as expected, his nonchalant attitude further pisses Vegeta off. In the days that follow, Goku starts working on the farm again to make it up to Chi-Chi for his absence, while Vegeta is racking his brain over what could be the best way for him to continue his training. He would go on to learn about the gravity training from Bulma and request Dr. Briefs to make a training room for him. But before we go ahead and dive into part 2 of what if Goku was born the legendary Super Saiyan, guys, if you have not already, consider leaving a like on the video to help us out in the algorithm so more people can discover the content, and consider subscribing and turning those notifications on so you never miss a video as soon as they go live. I think by the time you guys see this video, set 2 of the Dragon Ball Super Fusion World card game should be out. There's a few cards that I've seen that I like, so I'm gonna definitely be looking into that, and hopefully I can give you guys a really competitive video coming up here soon. But without further ado, let's hop right back into what if Goku was born the legendary Super Saiyan part 2. Fast forward to 1 week later, and it's done. Vegeta's training room is ready. Dr. Briefs would explain that the highest gravity Goku has ever trained on is 100 times Earth's gravity. Without wasting a single second, Vegeta sets it to 100x, but considering how he was already strong enough to become a Super Saiyan at that point, he didn't really even feel it. Vegeta grins because, well, he feels as if he's already doing better than Kakarot. This causes him to get a little cocky, and he ends up setting the room to 1000 times Earth's gravity. Now, the moment Vegeta presses that button, his body starts being ripped apart by that overwhelming pressure. He yells and goes Super Saiyan just to keep himself from losing consciousness, and then he's able to force his way over to pause the gravity. Meanwhile, Piccolo visits Goku to check up on him. Yo, Piccolo, what's up? Goku asks. You know what? This is weird. Why are you farming around like a normal person, Goku? Why aren't you training like usual? Piccolo asks. Goku just chuckles. He wipes the sweat from his brow with the back of his hand and replies, come on, you know how it is. I was training with Vegeta these past few months. Chi-Chi now wants me to work in the fields this summer though, and frankly, I mean, it is kind of nice, isn't it? It's like finally some peace and quiet, I guess, huh? Hearing this, Piccolo immediately responds. I'll be real with you, Goku. You've never needed any excuse to train. Just say it. You're wary of your transformation, aren't you? Goku pauses for a second and then nods. You're not wrong, Piccolo, but it's also something else. I don't really know how to explain it, but it almost feels like there's something on this planet that's looking forward to my energy, Goku says. And for the sake of context, this could or could not be a spoiler, but he's obviously referring to Cell here. Thanks to the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, Goku's primal senses have evolved beyond comprehension. He can't quite put a finger on it yet, but he knows that there is something on this planet that's keeping an eye on his energy. Of course, in this scenario, the Future Trunks timeline would have never happened because Goku didn't go to Yardrat and he never even caught the heart virus. Though from Piccolo's perspective, none of this really makes sense whatsoever. Huh, that makes no sense. The Goku I know would be itching for the next challenge. Well, whatever, do as you please, Piccolo says, and then goes to see Gohan. But intentional or not, Piccolo's words would make Goku reconsider why he's been holding back. Is it just because of some impending threat, or was it because he was afraid of losing control? Now, going back to Vegeta, he has finally overcome 400x gravity in his training. Now, he just trains all day and only ever steps out of the training room when he needs to eat and sleep. He could tell that he was gradually getting stronger and stronger, and he knows that he won't stop until he was strong enough to defeat Goku. Ironically, Vegeta's sense of rivalry isn't even on Goku's mind right now. He was just trying to make sense of who was watching him and from where. It was like having some itch you can't reach. So he just goes ahead and gets back to work. For the next 5 hours, Goku shuts his mind and focuses completely on his work. Whether he meant to or not, this was the kind of training that was slowly integrating his legendary Super Saiyan transformation with the core of his own personality. The next morning, a spaceship lands on Earth and Goku immediately heads there to check it out and see what's up. At the same time, 2 really intriguing individuals would appear at the lookout. Piccolo senses them and rushes there immediately. It was the Supreme Kai Shin and his attendant Kibito. They were gonna properly explain everything about Babidi and his plans to revive Majin Buu, but suddenly they just cut the conversation short and leave. They do so while Piccolo himself hasn't even arrived yet, so this is all really confusing still. Piccolo actually sees them leaving from a distance and instantly changes course. It takes them less than a minute to arrive at the point where the ship landed, but as fast as they were, it's already too late. Standing before them was one man. He had already completely destroyed the entire ship and everything else. Oh, sorry guys, I already took care of them, Goku states. Why? One mistake and you could have awakened Majin Buu, the Supreme Kai says. By Majin Buu, do you mean whatever the heck that thing is? Goku responds as he points his finger straight up into the sky, and sure enough, something was forming up there. Oh no, we're finished, the Supreme Kai panics. He couldn't believe what was happening. He thought that Babidi wouldn't make any moves for another 10 years at the very least, but whatever. They noticed Babidi acting a little suspect and came here to take care of him before they awakened Majin Buu. But not only did they fail to predict when Babidi would act, but they also couldn't stop him in time. The Supreme Kai drops to his knees. It's over. They're finished. What's going on, guys? Goku asks. Kibito immediately declares that Majin Buu, the embodiment of chaos that terrorized the universe millions of years ago, is now on the loose again. Goku looks up and thinks to himself that he doesn't actually feel any ominous energy coming from above. By this point, Majin Buu had been completely reincarnated. Hey Goku, why did you just show up here and destroy them all? That's not even like you, Piccolo asks. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. If there was something strong, I would have loved to fight it, but these guys were all pretty weak, and also, when I showed up, they were talking about destroying the planet when they were done, so I figured I should just take care of them so I could go back to work, Goku replies. The Supreme Kai was stunned. Well, that's fantastic, Goku. You took care of all the underlings, but now Majin Buu was on the loose, he declares. This sense of impending doom was actually intriguing Goku, so he flies up to confront Majin Buu himself and see what all the fuss was about. Hey there, buddy, who are you? Goku asks, with Majin Buu replying, introducing himself as cheerful as you would expect him to be right now. Oh, Buu, huh? I see. So, Buu, how about we do a little contest then, Goku asks. A contest? Buu was curious. Yeah, it'll be a fight between you and me. If you win, I'll do whatever you want, but if I win, you'll do whatever I want. Sound good? Goku asks calmly. Buu gets excited at the prospect of a challenge and nods right away. Meanwhile, both the Supreme Kai and Kibito are freaking out. Piccolo tries to help them calm down and explain that Goku is strong, don't worry, but then again, is he strong enough to defeat Majin Buu? And seeing the reaction from everyone else, why isn't Goku taking this seriously? Very quickly, the rest of the Z fighters from Gohan to Tien to Vegeta would arrive at the battle as well to assist Goku. I think Goku might have this one in the bag himself though, so they probably don't need to assist that much. He would go on to explain the rules of their challenge to Majin Buu as he states that there are no rules. The moment either of them give up, the winner is decided. That's pretty much it. Buu gives him a thumbs up because, I mean, it's simple enough, even for him, right? The fight would finally begin, and one punch is all it takes to send Goku flying straight into the ground. It was gonna be deadly, but Goku pauses his fall midair and then flies up once again. That was impressive. I think I understand why they're so terrified of you, Buu, Goku says. You're fun, Buu replies. Goku would grin. He now knows that Buu is a good opponent to test himself against. He goes legendary Super Saiyan and punches him just like how Buu punched him. In a split second, the impact is felt throughout the entire planet. Just a moment after Goku's punch connected, an almost deafening thunderclap echoes through the planet. Buu was gonna fly beyond the boundaries of the atmosphere and straight into the cosmos, but Goku sped up and caught him. It was insane. From the Supreme Kai to Piccolo to Gohan and even Vegeta, everyone is left completely stunned. Wow. It's like that punch packed enough power to flip the fate of the whole universe, the Supreme Kai comments. As for Goku, he would go on to ask Majin Buu if he wants to concede now or continue. This causes Majin Buu to absolutely lose his mind in a fit of rage, and what happens next is terrifying. It doesn't matter what Buu does or what kind of move he tries to make, Goku not only sees it coming, but he also makes sure to respond to each attack with an appropriate counter. I don't believe it. He's treating Buu like a punching bag, the Supreme Kai states. Curse you, Kakarot. Just how high does your ceiling go, Vegeta adds. Is that really my dad? He never fights like this, Gohan says. With Piccolo adding, yeah, Gohan, it's your dad, and I want you to watch him very closely during this battle. The fight continues on for hours before Majin Buu is finally ready to give up, probably due to hunger. The anger from being so inferior to Goku and not being able to have his way, pretty much being dragged for hours, causes Majin Buu's evil side to finally separate from his good side, but Goku knew something like this would happen. In fact, he was actually waiting on it. That's why the moment evil Buu appeared, Goku appeared in front of him and in one shot, absolutely obliterated evil Buu with a Super Kamehameha. stop. Eventually, Good Buu would wake back up after the battle, and in the days that follow, he's hired by Bulma to be Vegeta's training partner. In exchange for unlimited sweets, all he has to do is fight Vegeta for an hour a day. That's it. Meanwhile, Goku continues working on the farm when Piccolo visits him again. I think I understand what's up with you, Piccolo starts. When you use your Super Saiyan transformation, you grow stronger at an incomprehensible rate. You're afraid that you'll grow too strong, right? You don't want your training to be irrelevant, and that's why you've replaced it with farming for the time being. Honestly, that's oddly reflective for a simpleton like you, Piccolo states. Goku would just nonchalantly respond saying, well, when you put it that way, I guess you're not wrong, but don't worry, it's not that deep. Hey, by the way, remember way back when I told you about how I feel like there's someone who's observing me? Well, guess what? Ever since I defeated Buu, that someone has gotten many times stronger. I get the feeling that we're gonna see them soon. And indeed, it was just as Goku had said. Even Dr. Gero was left flabbergasted by what he was seeing. Cell has started throbbing relentlessly, and the supercomputer announces that the time left until Cell's insurgence has been reduced from 2 decades to just 2 years now. At this rate, Cell will be finished before even 17 and 18. I have to step things up as well, Dr. Gero states. And fast forward those 2 years later, he would finally be born. Cell is finally here, and thanks to the rapid progression of everything that's happened with the Z Fighters up until this point, he had no need for 17 and 18. Cell was already perfect day one. The DNA and genetic traits from Vegeta, Frieza, King Cold, and Piccolo were already insane enough. But he also gets Majin Buu's DNA and legendary Super Saiyan Goku's rate of growth. And this would all take place while everyone is celebrating Trunks' birth at Capsule Corp. So you're finally awake, huh? Goku says as he grins and looks up into the sky. Unbeknownst to Goku, he had sped up Majin Buu's reincarnation because of the overwhelming energy he released back on Namek and then during his training with Vegeta. And he also sped up Cell's birth because when Goku's exponential growth became a part of Cell's genetic traits, his entire disposition started growing at an alarming rate.